What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? This is your boy Is Nefarious, and I'm here for another episode following the career of GM Neff, taking on a Boston Bruins rebuild at the time, but you never know. We could get fired depending on if we complete these owner goals or not. But before we jump into that, we got a new head coach that we want to talk about. Take a look at the coaching staff. We just hired this coach. Let me see if I can pull up his card. Joshua Adamski is the new head coach. He has no NHL record. 0-0-0. He's a B overall coach. As you can see, the scheme fit is at 56%, so it's not exactly where you want it to be, but he is that style coach we want. We want a defensive type of coach, and that's what we went for. So Adamski will be taking over as the head coach, and as you can see, we get a couple goals and promises. Preseason focus, we want him to focus on even strength, and his season focus is make the playoffs, which we just talked to him about. So we'll see if we could get a run going here, but he will be the new coach. As you know, we got no scouts, but I've been thinking, we have AI owner goals. What if we for every AI owner goal, we could hire a scout? So that being said, taking a look at the scouts we could hire, per AI owner goal that we complete, we could start with a low level scout, like a E overall scout for amateur, and then from there we could either decide to upgrade one of the scouts by firing and bringing in somebody else, or we could decide to add another scout. So we could either go with a more scouts, or we could go with a quality over quantity or quantity over quality. That's what I was looking for. We could either go with quantity or quality. So depending on how many AI owner goals we get for a season, we could add to our scouting room. So that'll be in the back of our mind. Now talking about the AI goals and the owner goals. So our owner goals this season are going to be as so at the bottom left hand corner, but I will show you them as well. I want 39 sellouts this year to help establish our home ice. That is the primary goal, so we're going to try to get 39 sellouts. Hopefully we can. Secondary goal is defending home ice is a must for a team like ours. 22 home wins and 22 road wins are the two secondary goals. So we got to win 44 games. So that's kind of just like the owner goal from last season. He wanted 44 wins. Well, this time he split it up into home and away. He's like home 44, away 40, at home 22, away 22. Stretch goals, he wants us to be the top one ranked team in the league, and that is not under review until 4/16/27, and we are currently in September 23rd, 2026. So we got until midway through the season. It looks like, well, the end of April. So we got until the end of the season to be a rank 1 team. Will we be able to do that? That is yet to be seen. But talking about the AI owner goals, we have improved team defense and reduced goals against. So to get that, we would have to go to team stats, which we do not have access to. So we got to figure out how we're going to get last year's numbers. I would probably have to pull up the stream, see if I could find it in the stream that we had. Just bear with me 1 second. Team ranking. I assume this is where the team ranking has to be 1 overall. You could go all time, year to date. I assume, but I'm not too sure if that's what exactly he has in mind. Can I find a way to pull up the team that there was a way I pulled them up. I forgot what it was though. Trading block. Let me see if it's my trading block. No, that's gonna pull up him. Trying to find a way to pull up the team like I did last time. I know I pulled it up, I just forgot how I pulled it up. Either way, we'll have to find out what our previous goals against was. We gotta improve our goals against. We gotta also maximize the potential of the young core. That means, to me, we're not gonna trade anybody from the young core. Anybody 25 or under, I would assume we keep to complete that goal for the season. Increase power play efficiency, so that's another goal where we'll have to go back and look at what we had last season, and then also achieve a top tier penalty kill percentage. So we'll have to be, I would say, in the top 5 or top 10 I would say top tier, so I would say top 5 at least, top 5. But those are the AI owner goals. I also wanted to take a look at some of the draft picks from this last draft, because when we get to the preseason, you're able to finally see, since we have no scouts, everybody's a question mark, but we're able to finally see how good these guys are. So starting with the center position in the unsigned, because we don't sign any of you guys. We got Rogowski, who's a bottom 6 medium. This is one of the draft picks, 6'6", two-way forward, would fit right in. 67 overall already, so he's close to joining us. And Bednar is a top 9 medium. We'll see how he develops. He's a two-way forward as well. And then we got a power forward in Ghent. If he wants to be in that NHL, he'd probably get to a two-way forward if we ever see him playing in the NHL, since he's a bottom 6. Taking a look at our left wingers. We got Peterson. We definitely missed on this draft pick. AHL top 6 forward medium. Definitely not going to be involved in the future. Maybe he'll end up in the AHL's top 6. You got Hermanson, who we just took in the first round, 11th overall. He's a playmaker, top 6 medium. We don't know if he's a 67 overall for sure, but it's showing that right now. We got Lamb, who's a bottom 6 medium. Again, gotta go to two-way forward. It says playmaker right now, but if he ever wants to play in the NHL, he's got to be a two-way forward or somebody that could fit that bottom 6. You got Walensky here as well. He's a low elite. Taking a look at him, he's a playmaker. He started as a 52. He's only up to a 53, so we're not seeing a development from him. He's 19 years old though, so there's still plenty of time. Take a look at our defenseman, where we've done a lot of upgrading. We got Sasha here, who's a top 4 medium. He's already a 76 overall. The only reason we haven't started him is because we want to maintain his career clock before we have to pay him money to stick around. You got Vilchinsky, who is also a 76, top 4 medium. You got Dingle, who's a top 6 medium, 69 overall. You got Bobrovsky, who's a 65 overall, top 6 medium. You got a top 6 low, and Singh, who's a 64 overall. You got Brzgalov, 63 overall, top 6 medium. Sedin is a top 6 medium, 62 overall. And then an AHL top 2D, 60 overall, Kaiser, who's a 6'7" guy that we just took a flyer on. Taking a look at the goalies, we got no goalies in the system right now besides the AHL. And even that is not a lot of youth. We could show you real quick before. Olas is probably our youngest, and he's a medium starter that we got in free agency, 6'6", 251. And as you know, we got Jeremy Swayman still with us. No movement clause now, so we are stuck with Jeremy Swayman. There's no getting rid of him. But before we start simming the preseason, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about. So we used AI to make the owner goals, like AI owner goals, to add on to the regular owner goals that we get with NHL. We also had AI do a little something else for us. So basically what I did is I wanted to use stats to really help make decisions on call-ups and send-downs and kind of get an idea of how players are performing. And there's not advanced stats in this game. There's not a lot you could do in this game, but I had AI create me a formula or a spreadsheet that I put into a formula I put into a spreadsheet of a player efficiency rating. And that is going to be offensive and defensive. We split it up into 2. We got no stats right now, but let me pull up a player card so we could actually take a look at what I might mean. Just one second. Let me go to edit lines. So basically, with the player efficiency rating, we got offensive and defensive. With these stats that I have here, besides the power play goals, shorthanded goals, and things like that, really your broad stats, takeaways, giveaways, block shots, hits, face-off percentage, and they don't even include face-off percentage. That was thrown away. Time on ice per game, taking a look at the goals, assists, they don't even count the penalty minutes. I even asked if they wanted to count that. They said it shouldn't be. Shot percentage, shots, points, assists, goals, plus minus, all that is included into 2 separate groups that will give a offensive efficiency rating for a player and a defensive efficiency rating for a player. So that will add a little aspect of trying to understand who's really performing and who's not on the team, because sometimes you can't tell based on time on ice. You know, some guys don't get a lot of play time, so we added that, and then we'll have an overall efficiency rating to see how, you know, people are playing. And I might even include that in the stream on the screen somewhere, like I have the AI owner goals, maybe even in the middle, maybe at the top left hand corner. We could do that, something like that. We could give our top 3 in the AHL, top 3 in the NHL, and overall efficiency rating, just so we could keep track of how everybody's performing. But I just want to let you know we added that to add a little bit of fun to what we're doing. Now let's jump into the preseason. Let's see what we do for the preseason. Get over to the regular season. Matthew Patras is back. We were waiting for him to accept his offer of $925K. He comes back. That's perfect. He's slotted in on, I think, on that right wing on line too. But we don't do the lines anymore. The head coach does the lines. So we just basically, you know, have conversations. If Patras is like a 4th line center, I could have that conversation, be like, hey, let's try to change this. At least I believe that's how it works, because you could go into a conversation and ask about the preferred lines and things like that. Let's allocate the budget. Actually, we don't have to do any upgrades this year, so I would say more into advertising, just because we want to sell out. We don't need any scout travel. We have nobody traveling. Promotions, I'm gonna put that up. We'll put some into arena budget. Perfect. This is the one time we don't have to upgrade the stadium in any way at all. No, we don't have to look at that. So when you change the roster, like when I have this preseason roster, it changes all my owner goals, so I'm not gonna look at that. We're gonna stop simulating here. So over to roster moves. Now we get to decide who's in the NHL. We don't get to decide who plays, but we get to decide who's in the NHL. So based on that, Mitten is going to go down. He could use some more development. We're going to actually select him. Kuznetsov will stay. Cody Glass will stay. Middlestat, Patras will all stay. Letourneau will go down, and Beecher will stay. Take a look at the left wings. Everybody here will stay. Take a look at the right wings. Nobody else is sitting down there. Taking a look at the defense, this is exactly where we want it. Middleton's at 87 overall, and Sosi's looking like he's a 79. But we did add Middleton, who will help out that left side. Taking a look at the goalies, you got Olas there. He's probably going to go down. So we'll go in the system. We'll probably call up whoever had a better season last year out of these two. A 196 and a 930, or a 929 and a 215. Hey, go, yeah, pretty simple. We're gonna go with Bussy. Bussy's gonna be the backup. Defense, nobody's getting called up. We're gonna keep the defense the way it is. And remember, we want to treat the AHL with respect, just like we do the NHL. Yost is gonna go up. He'll go up. He'll be one of them. Dennis Sanko was staying down. That's right. We didn't want to call him up. Merkulov, Lawrence. Lawrence will probably go up. And I think that will be it. Oh, no. Actually, probably not Lawrence. Well, we keep Yost down. And then we're going to go Yankruk. So that'll be the 3. All right. With that being said, let's do the edit NHL lines. We're not doing it ourselves. Remember, we're just doing preferred lines. So head coach preferred lines. So this is what he's going to have for preferred lines. Zaka on the left wing on that first line. Lindholm at center. Pasternak at right wing. We got Bork, Middlestat, and Kuznetsov. You got Roslovic, Patras, and Yankruk. You got Duchesne, Beecher, and Lawrence. They got Duchesne, of all people, sitting on that 4th line. Wow, these are interesting lines. These are interesting lines. I will have a conversation. I wasn't going to change anything, but I will have a conversation because Cody Glass got to play. I'm okay with Lawrence. I'm not really okay with Lawrence over Lauko, to be honest, but I won't fight that. But Cody Glass definitely has to play over somebody here. Definitely Lawrence, at least. Yankruk as well. Definitely some weird lines. At least they got centers in the right position. Probably not the best options at center. Take a look at the defense. You got Lindholm, McAvoy, you got Yokiharu and Middleton, you got Lohrei and Jensen as your final pair. Take a look at the goalies. So we'll already get a chance to test this theory that I have. Well, best lines that. So taking a look, they got Olas as the #1 goalie. Taking a look at the even strength, they got Merkulov, Mitten, and Laterno, Poulin, Yost, and Denisenko. They got Vesalainen, Kuntar, and Entwistle, Gauthier, Harrison, and Milne. I believe that's how you pronounce his name, Milne. The scratches, you got Jackson Edward, Ryder Ralston, Tufte, Myron Berg, and Johansson. Defensively, you got Brunet and Warner. You got Gannett and Mizule, Hutton, and Mass to wrap it up. So that's the AHL lines and NHL lines. And like I said, we want to treat the NHL with some respect. I mean, AHL with some respect, because they're a part of this organization too. What did I want to see? I wish you could, what you call it? I wish you could donate guys overseas, like some of these young guys that aren't going to be playing, like Johansson, like being able to loan him out. It would be nice to send him out so he can develop somewhere else, but you know, we don't have that option. New conversation with Matt Duchene. He's already upset because he's not top 6. Jacob Lauko as well. He's making life tough for me. He's making life tough for me. We gotta watch out what we promise now. What is Lauko on now? Oh, that's right. We weren't supposed to scratch him as well. We said line 4 and you weren't going to be scratched. Well, guess what? Our coach wants to make our life miserable. He still wants to talk to us? I promised him penalty kill too. How many conversations we're going to have with Lauko? All right. We're out of the woodwork there. Why can't I have a preferred lines? I tested it out with the AHL. There we go. All right. So forwards. Let's see what this is. Right now, left wing. I want to adjust left wing. Roslovic, Bork, Lindholm, Kuznetsov, Middlestat, Zaka, Pasta, Beecher, Yankruk, Lorentz, Duchene, Patras. So we could only pick guys that are already dressed. Oh, that throws. Let's go with new options. Let's talk about the second line. I want Matt Duchene on that second line. Right now it's got, who did it have at center? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Was it Patras? Who do they have at center? Let's see what he says, because he'll tell us. Right now it's Casey. Oh, okay, Casey Millsap, that's fine. Let's change right wing, and I want Patras on that second. No other adjustments. New topic. What else could I talk about? Forwards, defense, power play. Yeah, I can't talk about. All right, so that being said, we either gonna have to trade somebody or send somebody down, and I don't even think I could send Cody Glass down. All right, we'll have to leave it as is for now until we figure out what we could do with Cody Glass, because right now Cody Glass ain't playing, and I don't like that, and I can't have a conversation for him to put in Cody Glass or Lauko. But we were able to have a conversation, and Patras is on that right wing. He moved Kuznetsov to center, Middlestat to center on the third line with Bork and Roslovic, Lorentz, Beecher, and Yankruk. But at least Duchene's in the top 6. Let's see. I want him to change Zaka and Kuznetsov. Let's try that. But I didn't even account for him to then switch some of the guys around as far as the regular lines. So that was interesting. That is interesting. So let's talk about the game plan. Ice time allocation. We could have him roll 4 lines. Traditional. Yeah, let's go with traditional. I don't care how he does it. He could go with traditional. Game plan. Let's go back to preferred lines. Forwards. So we want to switch Lindholm to line 2. Actually, you know what? We're gonna leave it. Let's see what happens, and then we could have conversations at the end of the sim if we want to move people. So that being said, we're here in the regular season. The lines that we're gonna roll with for now, until we have to butt in with our coaches: Zaka, Lindholm, Pasta, Duchene, Kuznetsov, and Patras, Bork, Middlestat, and Roslovic. And then we're going to have Lorentz, Beecher, and Yankruk. Those will be the lines. Defensively, we got Lindholm, McAvoy, Yokiharu, Middleton, Lorai, and Jensen. And Jensen looks like he's good, but we don't know for sure exactly what his overall. And then you got Jeremy Swayman in net. Power play. How does he have the power play set up? He's got Lindholm, Zaka, Pasta, McAvoy, and Lindholm. Penalty kill. That was power play 1. Power play 2. He's got Lorai, Yokiharu, Patras, Bork, and Middlestat in the net. How is he handling the extra lines? Pasta, Zaka, Lindholm, and McAvoy. How about 3-on-3? Pasta, Zaka, McAvoy, and then he's got Lindholm, Kuznetsov, Yokiharu, Bork, Patras, and Jensen. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. We'll see how these lines do. We'll let him do his thing. But right now I'm going to do the season goals and then I'm gonna pick it back up. All right, since we have to compete but also hold on to our youth, there was nothing said about draft picks and older veterans. So what we're gonna do is throw our draft picks on there for the trade block. As we do our trade block now, we even do a 3rd round this year, then we'll go 1st round next year, then maybe one player that we can see on the move that has 1 year left. Not Maverick Bork, he's too young. Maybe Pavel Zaka. Middlestat is also an option. You could throw him on there as a potential trade. Let's do actually, you know what, we don't want to hurt the team chemistry as well. Do we have anybody else that's older? That might not be. He's in the AHL. Yost. Actually, let's just go with another draft pick for now, and then based on performance we could add somebody else, something like that. That'll be the draft board for now, the trading block for now. I mean, it is the draft board because all the draft picks are on there. But let's jump into the sim now that we're ready. We'll go into the calendar, get to the next month. Perfect. Remember, we need 22 home wins and 22 away wins. We're already starting off 0-1. Felipe Myers. Let's take a look at Felipe Myers. Definitely a risky pick. Where did he play last year? He played for Toronto. Only played 7 games. 25-26. Oh, this was last year. 57 games, 12 points, a +10. He's right-handed, a 6'6" defenseman. And we're kind of loaded at right D right now. We got Sosi. Where else at? We're not going to claim him. Vetrano and a 5th for Vilchinski in 2 seconds. We're good on that. Definitely not interested in trading Vilchinski at all. We don't have to look at the draft class just yet. So 2-1. Torquette for Sasha. I think I already looked at Torquette. I think he was a 77. Well, you know he's elite medium. 77 overall elite medium. 25 years old. Yeah, get out of my face, please. It is a gross trade. That wasn't even close. A 5th and a 7th for Bogowski and Brunet. We're good on that. Again, we don't want to trade any youth. We'll trade draft picks, but we won't trade youth. We're sitting there 3-3. 2 seconds for Boone Jenner, a 6th and a 7th. So we could afford them if they're offering. We have plenty of cap space. What would this do to the lines? He's a top 6, 84 overall. Last year he had 44 points in 79 games. He was a -9, 54% on the faceoffs, 47 giveaways, 70 takeaways. So he's a plus player when it comes to, and a natural born leader. Honestly, 4 years left though at 9.25. Oh my. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good on that. Just too much term for that much money. If they were retained, then maybe, but not. And we're sitting here at 3-4 right now. Can we get a win? We lose again. Brunet, we can't trade anybody young. All right, so after one sim, we are sitting there at 3-5-0. Not looking too hot. We need to upgrade some of our stuff in our stadium. So let's go there quick. Our parking lot needs to be repaired. We'll do that. Anything else that needs to be repaired? This is getting close, so we'll repair it. This as well. We'll probably repair everything in yellow real quick. And parking lot too. Perfect. All right, so we're sitting here 3-5-0. Take a look at the stats so far. 27th in goals for per game. We are 26th in goals against per game. We are 15th in power play percentage, and we are 9th in penalty kill percentage. So not too bad, but the record is no, not too bad with the penalty kill. Everything else is pretty bad. We're middle and at the end. Taking a look at the team stats, let's go to that. We won't do league stats, we'll wait a little longer. Kuznetsov has 6 points in 8 games. You got Duchesne with 4 and 8. You got Pasta with 4, Lindholm with 4, Middlestat with 4, and Patras with 4. You're not getting the efficient output that you need. So we're gonna have a conversation already. What do we want him to change? Kuznetsov is reading as an 86 overall. Oh man, he's reading like he's nasty. Patras at 85, 80 face-off, 77 face-off. I'm gonna tell him to put Duchesne in the center of this line. I think that's the one change. Lindholm's reading as an 89. Zaka's at 87. Bork's at 86. I don't know how it says 4 bars, so 83 overall for Beecher. Middlestat, we don't know. Take a look at the defense. Jansen's at 86, but he needs to be more of a scheme fit. Is it him? Yeah. Let's talk to Jansen. Let's see, Jensen. Let's see if we could get him to be more of a scheme fit for us. And he denied us. Well, that's nice. How about, who's his D partner? Middleton. Let's see if he'll be a little more open to being a scheme fit. He's already close anyway, and he's not interested either. That is tough. That is tough. They're making my job a lot harder. Who else can we talk to? Sosi's in there. Yokiharu's injured, so that's tough to the defense. I mean, we got a good team. Right now, we're just bad right now. Let's go to our line moves. I mean, our roster moves. I want to get a defenseman in there just in case we get another injury. We have the extra defenseman from the system. Everybody goes on waivers besides Jackson Edward, so we got to be careful with who we call up. Hopefully we don't lose who we call up. Warner, we're going to make sure we keep. Probably Hunton, because he's in his 30s right now. 33. Yeah, let's call up Hunton. If they end up claiming him when we send him down, it is what it is. Speaking of the AHL, let's take a look at how they're doing after the first month. So in the AHL, they are sitting there at 6-3. Good record. They are 15th in goals for, 15th in goals against. Their power play is 26 at 3.2%, and then the penalty kill is 22nd at 90%. Mitten's leading the team in scoring with 7 points, so he's playing pretty well. And maybe we start to think about changes. Well, let's take a look at the lines one more time. Zaka, so far this season, with 3 points in 8 games as a first line left wing. You have 4 points in 8 games from Lindholm, and then you got 4 points in 8 games from Pasternak. I know what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna make changes, at least on that first line. So we're gonna talk to him. We're gonna see if we can get some line changes here. Preferred lines: forwards, line 1, center position. We want Zaka. Left wing position, we want Duchesne, and that will be it for that. New topic, we'll go to line 2. Center position, we want Lindholm, and then I'll let him choose. Can't be Matt Duchesne, obviously. We just moved him. Go with Lindholm. That's all we're making for change. And it looked like, I don't know if it locked it because we already talked about Duchesne for this round and moved him to that left wing, or it locked it because we changed him twice already. So oh no, don't tell me we just glitched out we just glitched this out. All right. Oh my. So let's go head coach preferred lines since it glitched. What the hell is going on in this game? Oh, is it because we put him? Let's see what we could do. Let's have a talking with our head coach. Let's go with forwards. So what we're gonna do is put Casey Middlestat on that. Let's do that and keep Duchesne where he is. All right, let's see what happens there. I can't believe it glitched out like that. Well, I can because it's EA, but I still can't at the same time. So taking a look at the lines, you got Middlestat, Duchesne. Okay, now we're back to we're back to normal. You got Middlestat, Zaka, and Pasternak on the first line. You got Duchesne, Lindholm, and Patras. You got Bork, Kusnedinov, and Roslovic, and then you got Lorentz, Beecher, and Yankruk going into this next sim. And then after this next sim, we'll break down the stats for everybody, because 1 month is 1 month. Every 2 months we'll break down the stats of each forward line and their efficiency ratings and all that. So let's go into the sim. Sitting here at 3-5, definitely not where we need to be. Going to the next month and we lose 5-0 immediately. That's a big win over Toronto. We are not trading Sasha, no thank you. Lost to New Jersey. We won against Ottawa, a nice win there, 3-0. Another win. We're okay, we don't need to review them yet. 6-8, and we're getting losses after losses. All right, we need to start winning. We got a good team here. The fact that we're not winning is criminal. We don't need to deal with that. All right, so after month 2, sitting here at 10-1. We are, where are we? We're still 7th place in our division with 21 points, but we're not that far off. We're only 7 points behind to be in 2nd place. Let's take a look at the lines one more time. We got to be careful with what we want for these lines. Cody Glass is finally in there. I wonder if somebody's injured though. Patras is injured. So taking a look at the lines, you got Middlestat, Zaka, and Duchesne. Middlestat, 7 goals, 6 goals, 7 assists. He's a 9 penalty minutes and a -4. Zaka, 3 goals, 7 assists for 10 points. You got 12 points from Pasternak. Duchesne's got 10. You got 10 from Lindholm, and then you got 4 from Bork. Roslovic has 4. You got 7 from Kusnedinov. You got 4 from Yankruk. Lorentz has 3. 4 from Beecher. Lorentz is a +2 as well. Cody Glass is a +4 with 1 assist in 5 games. Taking a look at the defense, Yoki Haru, who's reading as an 88 right now, +5 on line 1. All right, let's see if Jensen actually listens to us this time. We gotta have some meetings. We gotta get people to be scheme fit here. Man, he is just a tough cookie to convince. See if we can get Sosi. He is pretty good at line 3, but we want to get him full bar on line 3. Okay, perfect. Fit line 3 for me. Thank you. We'll end the conversation. So that should give us a little bump on that 3rd line, at least up to 0, which is nice. Middleton, we want to fit that 2nd line. We'll see if he's more open to it now. Remember, he rejected us the first time, and he's not. So Middleton's a no. How about Yoki Haru? He's pretty good already fitting that 2nd line, but we'll ask him anyway to bump it up all the way. He's not interested as well. Take a look at McAvoy. We got to get a better coach for next season. Oh, he's already a scheme fit, I believe. I think he's already a scheme fit because we're +5 on that 1st line. There's really nothing we can do there. Lindholm is definitely not a scheme fit. Let's see if we could actually get him. They have good chemistry. That's probably what it is. That's why they have +5. And he's not even interested. All right, we did what we can on the defense. Let's go to the offense. See if we could get some chemistry going on any of these lines. Middlestat's already up, so we're not even going to talk to him about it. Zaka could definitely go up. Then you got Pasta, who's more of a fit on line 2. You know he's not going to be a line 2 guy. Let's see if he'll scheme fit for us. Thank you. That's a team player. That's my captain right there. Well, not my captain, but my assistant captain. That's my assistant captain. Shout out him. That a boy. All right, Zaka, let's see. Can you play nice? Play nice, Zaka. Bro, these people, man. Duchesne's already fitting that 2nd line. Lindholm fits the 1st line better. Let's do that. So what we'll do, I really hope we don't break it. I really hope we don't break it. EA, I love it. I love what you did, but obviously it needs some work. I'm at Duchesne. Lindholm, Duchesne. There he is, Zaka. All right, so just to cover our ground, we did First line, we just made it one swap with 2 players. And to cover it, to make sure it doesn't glitch out, we tried to fix it by saying, all right, we want this guy there and that guy there. All right, so it didn't glitch out this time. So now you get a better fit with Lindholm on that first line between Pasta and Middlestat. Duchesne already fits the second line, so does Zaka. Bork could fit it a little bit better, but he actually moves to third line. Let's see, can we get him to fit the third line? Because Patras is actually that. Yeah, so let's go with line 3. Perfect. Roslovic, he fits the third line pretty well. Did Bork even go up on that third line? No, he didn't. I don't know why. Did say line 3. Kusnedinov definitely has to go up on the scheme fit, so let's talk to him. All right, perfect. Line 3, perfect. Yankrook, line 1, but you're not gonna see line 1 action, so let's talk to him, and he's not interested. Thank you, Yankrook. Oh, you know what we could do? While we have the option, right? While we have the option and Cody Glass is actually playing, let's see if we could get Cody Glass on that second line. I mean, that third line. Right wing. Cody Glass. Boom. And nothing else. We're going to end the conversation there. So that should move Yankrook down. I love that they added that, but when it glitches out, it does look gross. So that is even better. He fits that line pretty well, so let's actually talk to him about even fitting it even better. Getting that bar full. Perfect. Cody Glass is gonna abide by the rules. Perfect. He is 77 faceoffs and he has 78 faceoffs, so they're both pretty bad. You got 84 from Cody Glass. We're not gonna move him yet. All right, Steve Lorentz could go up, so let's talk to him about scheme fit. Line 4, please. Sure, whatever. That doesn't seem very nice. Doesn't seem like you really wanted to be a team player, but you went up. That's all that matters. Beecher could go up. Oh, what a team player. Love Johnny Beecher. Thank you, sir. Yeah, Yankrook. Let's see if he could be. Oh, we already had this conversation. He's not gonna. Yeah, gonna end this conversation. He's not gonna try to be a scheme fit. All right, we helped out these lines tremendously. Without editing ourselves, we had conversations with the coach. Middlestat, left wing, first line, Lindholm, Pasta. You're gonna have Bork, Zaka, and Duchesne. Roslovic, Kusnedinov, and Glass, and then you're gonna have Yankrook, Beecher, and Lorentz to round it up.